My mother had called and said that he was really grave, like he was really bad, and he had been bleeding for 13 days.
It was like, I'm bleeding, you have to call 911.
Esa enfermedad no encontraban cura para ella.
500 cosas, uno piensa, ay Dios mío, ¿qué va a pasar? ¿Qué va a pasar con mis hijos? ¿Qué va a pasar con mi esposo? ¿Qué voy a hacer?
My dad had a liver failure. He went and got a transplant in Louisiana. They had put stents so that the flow of his liver, of the blood in the liver, will flow perfectly. While he was just doing some work at home, the stent popped. It punctured his liver, and he began to bleed. I was very emotional. I was a wreck. I pulled myself together to go to church that day, and I had to lead worship. Inside me, everything was telling me to just go and worship. I remember that God had given me a glimpse of heaven, and I could see heaven opening as we were worshiping. And it was so clear, it was like so vivid. I asked the church to begin to lift up their praise. I remember there was just a sound that I heard that just lifted up, and it was powerful, it was supernatural. I never experienced anything like that. Like heaven and earth colliding together, and I felt that God was real. 3 days later, that was Sunday. Isn't that crazy? 3 days later. What? I'm gonna cry. Wednesday morning, I remember my mom gives me a call, and she's screaming, and she's like, Damaris, you're not gonna believe this. And she says, they approved the airplane for $20,000 paid. And my dad immediately was taken to Louisiana. They went in, took out the stent, and stopped the bleeding immediately. And God showed us He can still heal if we just trust Him.
La doctora me llamó y me dijo, Emilia, no tengo buenas noticias. Hemos encontrado células cancerosas y tenemos que hacerte una operación. So, ven a mi oficina. Cuando me dieron el diagnóstico, yo dije, ok, Señor, yo estoy en tus manos, yo sé que tú vas a estar conmigo, vamos a hacer lo que haya que hacer. Y una de las doctoras me dijo, oh, usted es del pensamiento positivo, eso es bueno. Y yo dije, no, yo no soy del pensamiento positivo, yo tengo mi confianza en el Señor, que el Señor está conmigo. El último día de radiación me dieron una radiación doble, porque íbamos a salir para la convención. Yo salí de mi radiación para montarme en la guagua de la iglesia, viajar 14 horas, llegar a la convención y predicar en la convención. Por primera vez, eso fue una experiencia tan maravillosa, porque Dios me dio la fortaleza de poder hacer eso y regresar nuevamente 14 horas hasta la casa. Y eso testifica del poder de Dios en mi vida. Y ya, ahora este mes cumplo 8 años.
We were on a road trip and the Lord showed us a baby boy inside of a palm of a hand in a cloud. I'm driving, but I'm looking at this cloud ahead of me, and I'm looking at her, I go, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe?
We were, I guess, recklessly abandoned in faith. We were like, okay, you showed it to him, you showed it to me. We were prophesied over by people who knew nothing about us. Every day, Albano would place his hand on my abdomen, my lower stomach, and he would pray. No matter how tired we were, we'd crawl into bed, and he'd be like, wait, I have to pray over her. Oh, wait, I have to pray.
It's gonna go through. I said, it's gonna go through. And continued praying over that belly.
One of my tubes was completely blocked, and it was spreading so fast, because one doctor saw me, and literally in a couple months, the other one saw me, and he was like, did the doctor not catch this? You see all the kids born in this world, and you're like, it's such a small window that God orchestrates to have and to conceive. I was at work when they called, and I remember crying and crying. I was just like, I gave him so much thanks, because it was just, again, him sealing what he'd already promised. Being on the worship team, I had just went to the doctor on Friday for my 3-month checkup. I was on the altar, and I just remember just a huge amount of blood gushing down. I saw the amount of blood, and I saw death. And he knew right away. I was like, I'm bleeding, you have to call 911. I was a mess. I shook my fist at God. Urbano leaned in, and he's like, you're gonna be fine. He's like, cause baby or no baby, he's like, we will serve God. And that did 2 things to me. It made me angry. And then afterwards I was like, wow, what a man of God. I didn't know, but on Sundays, apparently this hospital, they only have 1 ultrasound machine. So I had to wait what seemed like an eternity, but at least 3 hours. You know, everyone's like, are you okay? I'm like, like there's no ultrasound machine. And it was a lot, you know, and you know, you get to hear these stories and they're like, oh, it's okay, you know, I bled too. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It was like the floodgates were open, and then the ultrasound tech comes and I'm just like, you know, like it's kind of it's like a defeated, but I still was hopeful. And, you know, they strapped on the machine and it was, you know, you could hear the heartbeat, but that was a tremendous shift in how I prayed to God. That day, you know, my sister came to the hospital and she was like, why are these people here? And I was like, these are people from church. And she was overwhelmed. And she was like, wow, like they would be here for you like that? It's been so amazingly great to just share how God moves and heals.
Yo creía que lo sabía todo y lo que podía todo, pero llegó a una enfermedad que me devastó. Esa enfermedad no encontraban cura para ella. Yo usé todos los recursos humanos hasta que una persona me habló de Jesucristo, que lo que los médicos no podían hacer, Jesucristo podía hacerlo. Y a la verdad lo hizo en mi vida. Aquella enfermedad que yo tenía se fue y yo la sentí de mi cuerpo. Sentí que salió de los pies hacia la cabeza, hacia arriba. Y de ese momento yo le dije al Señor, Señor, si es verdad que tú sanas y si es verdad que das vida, si tú me sanas, yo me comprometo a servirte toda la vida hasta el día de hoy.